Hey night guys, Brendan and I have been very busy making some stuff for you for the spray cap, for the bus lane stencils. We hope this is going to help out. We've put a lot of effort in, so hopefully it works. We've strapped them all together. We've got these two big pallets, one's at the bottom, one's at the top. We've got a piece of core flute between them, keep it all safe. And because it's not quite as high as the sides of the trailer, we've got these two blocks at either side there, so the strap has something to grab onto. So once we undo this, it comes free, and then we're going to make a couple of platforms to put all these stencils on once you're using them. So come to the Rodeo first. I'll show you how we're going to do that. Pause. Okay, so the ute is not quite wide enough for the word bus. So Brendan and I figured out that you can stick these planks underneath the deck in the little slots here. Poke it all the way out, and then it'll drop down there and be supported. And it's easy to put the wood in before you drop the two sides. There we go. One in, and then we'll do the other one. Pause it. Okay, now we've just lifted off the first pallet. Brendan helped me, it's a bit heavy. This core flute is purely just to protect our stencils. And then we're going to use these pallets again once all the stencils are off. So we'll just get them down, and we need to get them out on our first side. Okay, now we've got our letters set out on the ground here. We've got bus and lane. The spacing, unless you measure something different on the road, the spacing should be 2.5 metres from the back of the stop bar to the top of the letters, not the stencil, the letters. Then there'll be a 2.5 metre gap between the word bus and the word lane. Once again, that's to the stencil, the actual sprayed letters, not the stencil itself. So once they're all out, we get these two pallets. We're going to lift them out, we're going to put them sideways on the trailer instead. This will be our platform. Okay, now that we've got our platform set up, this is wide enough to pretty much fit the word lane, the four letters. They may try not to overhang them too much, but they may have to overlap a little bit, but they're mostly going to be able to lay there without having wet touching wet. And then the Rodeo is wide enough to bus with those little wings out the side. Now the only other thing we need to do is spray the actual stencils. Remember firstly, after you've sprayed these once, they can be really slippery because there's going to be glass on them, so you need to be very careful of that. The other thing is spraying on Omnicrete, we get this misty overspray which we really don't want. So we've made up some special shields. I'll just show you how they work. The same shields work for both the word bus and the word lane. You've just got to put them in different slots. So there's two shorter ones and two longer ones. And we've got these little joins here. These joins need to face outside. It doesn't matter that much, but that was the idea. So we're going to put it in like this. We find our slot, locate it in. This one's around the wrong way. We'll switch that one. Slot that one in. We worked it out to be basically 10 mil in from the edge all around the way around the stencil, so that you're not going to have any surprises or bits that sneak through. And there we have it. Just check all the edges are good, and there's your spray frame. And then when you want to change it to the bus, all you need to do is just lift up one side out of that slot and pop it into this one. And now it's only 3 letters wide instead of 4. Once we finish all that, we pack it all up. Now my intention is that you put them all on there, on those pallets and on the Rodeo, have your light board up so it's all flashing, you drive slowly, and then you just slowly make your way to the next side so we don't have to pack everything up. And in the meantime, these stencils can all be drying. Just we can't drive at fast speeds or they're all going to blow away. If you're concerned, you could lay these shields over them, the extra bits of timber, something like that. Apart from that, we pack it all up, we put one pallet on the ground, put all the stencils back on the trailer, put the core flute on top, and the final pallet, and then the wood on top of that, strap it all down. And yeah, hopefully it all goes well. The idea was that you'll park this Rodeo right next to where you're actually doing in the lane next to the bus lane. So you just lift them all straight off that way onto the bus lane. Good luck. Okay, so we've just set it up this would be the transit mode, so moving from one bus lane spot to the next. If you're going to do that, make sure you've got your rotators and your lights going. So bus fits really easy on the Rodeo, as you can see. Lane needs to hang out a little bit, but the idea is try not to overlap anything. And then those shields that we made, they all slot in here. You just poke them inside the pallet, and if you lock this underneath part of the first board, then they won't be able to vibrate out, and it all fits pretty good. If it's really windy or you're concerned about them blowing away, you could potentially use one of these to put over the top, run a strap over it, or just try and do some straps. That's pretty much it, I guess, just using some of the timber, or you can try and use some of the timbers that are on the back of the Rodeo there. But that's pretty much it, and I hope they don't blow away.